Welcome to Friday Friends, RI Elder Info's weekly look at the organizations and individuals providing resources for Rhode Island seniors, caregivers, and professionals.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is 9 o'clock on Friday, and you are joining me, Deb Burton, Executive Director of RI Elder Info and host of the weekly Friday Friends streaming podcast, where we bring you information and resources that you or someone you know needs to know about. So please make sure you hit the like button, the share button, the follow button, the bells, the whistles, all those social media cues that tell people, hey, check this out. Because we are talking about a very unique program here in Rhode Island today that is something that we don't necessarily talk about very often. So you want to make sure that you help us get the word out, especially this week. Now, as you all know, RI Elder Info is a nonprofit, and we could not do this without the support of our sponsors. So a big thank you to Point 32 Health Foundation, as well as United Healthcare, and especially for Friday Friends, McCarthy Law. Here's a message from McCarthy Law.
Here at McCarthy Law, we practice in the areas of estate planning, long-term care planning, elder care law, and residential real estate. Our focus is really on providing peace of mind to our clients.
If you're interested in scheduling a consultation with our office, you can feel free to reach out to us at 401-541-5540. You can also reach out via website at www.mccarthylawri.com. You also should check out our social media, both on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn for some helpful tips and tricks.
Welcome, Denise Lowell from Just Ask. How are you, my friend?
I am great. Thank you, my friend Deb. How are you on this happy Friday?
Oh, I'm glad that the weather is finally getting a little bit better.
Yes, it doesn't quite feel like it's that time of year yet, but we're hanging in there.
Absolutely. So Just Ask, Aphasia Stroke Knowledge. What is your organization and why did you start it?
Our organization is called Just Ask, Aphasia Stroke and Knowledge. This has been running since 2018. This is our 7th year we've been running conferences. We started this organization when I had my stroke at the age of 48. I needed to find a lot of resources about what was happening to me. I had the stroke. It causes a lot of challenges, and it's not just for your grandparents or elderly. Stroke affects anyone. It does not discriminate age, gender, anything. It could happen. So I was surprised that at the age of 48, I was going to have had a stroke, and that was me. And then, so once you get through the acceptance where you are, the physical challenges, the mental health issues, it's where do I go now to learn more about your new life? I could not find the resources I really needed here in Rhode Island. I found resources around many other states. And I said, why don't we do this in Rhode Island? So my friend challenged me to run a conference here in Rhode Island. So we started our very first conference at the Warwick Library, and we figured if we get 40 people to learn about this thing called aphasia, I've accomplished my goal. We had almost 100 people in attendance, and I figured, yeah, I'm on to something. We will continue this organization. Wow. So before I tell you more about our groups, I just want to give you a little knowledge about what aphasia is.
Please.
Well, this is Stroke Awareness Month, and coming up in June, it is now going to be Aphasia Awareness Month. Aphasia is a communication disorder that affects somebody who has been impacted by the left side of their brain. This can be from any type of injury, such as a stroke, traumatic brain injury. Even children that fall off their bikes may have this impact. And what it does, it affects your communication. Communication can affect your speech, your reading, your writing, and comprehension, but it does not affect your intelligence. So that is really hard for people to understand.
I would imagine so, because if it's not impacting the knowledge you have in your head, but you can't get what's in your head out of your mouth, that's got to be really frustrating.
Yeah, and if it does come out, it comes out jubbly, and it sounds like I'm silly or I've been drinking, and that's not the case. It just somehow the communication part of the neuro system does not connect. So it gets there somewhere, but comes out somewhere else where it didn't belong. So it's really a complicated injury that affects various. It can happen just one part of the communication, or it can be all. So I do have aphasia. My speech is improved so much that people wouldn't even notice I have aphasia. But my hidden aphasia strategy tools are, I need to learn to read or write with accommodations. So that looks different. Sometimes when I'm listening to people tell me something, I may need to hear it again, or I may ask somebody, say, can you say that again? Just so that I can process what they just said to make sure I have it correctly. So that's kind of a little clip-it of what aphasia is.
That's amazing. Now you bring up something really interesting. When someone is speaking to you and they say something and you ask them to say it again, should they say it in the same way or rephrase it?
Sometimes it's easier for people just to slow it down.
Oh, you're saying we talk really fast sometimes and it can be really, really hard to hear?
Understand? Nobody really likes that. But just slow it down. Keep it simple. And just make sure you're looking at somebody. That's really helpful to understand what you're saying. And don't yell. If I said, please repeat that, I don't have a hearing loss. I have a comprehension issue. So I want you just to look at me and say it. So I think sometimes people say, can you repeat that again? It means to either yell loudly or to talk down to me. Do you hear what I'm saying? You got that, honey? I don't want that conversation, and neither does anybody want to be talked down to. Even, we're getting older. We're not getting, we don't need to be talked down to. We need to be treated with dignity and respect at all ages.
Absolutely. 100%. So what kinds of programs does Just Ask offer to people who have aphasia? And do you offer programs to the care partners?
We try to take care of many people as we can in Rhode Island. Due to not having the resources I needed, we created some of these resources that are available for all and free. We have support groups once a month, and it is in Zoom on a Wednesday night. It's on our website. You can check it out. All are invited. It can be a care partner, it can be a family member, it can be your best friend, it can be somebody that you're spending a lot of time with. This might be a great group to find tools and resources and not to feel so alone, because it can be frustrating working with somebody that is having some other challenges on their own. So this is run by a social worker who works at the Rhode Island, works at the Veterans Hospital, Elaine McDonald, along with my husband, Ken Lowell. So they do this once a month. We also run our Zoom meetings every Monday night at 6 o'clock, which is run by a speech pathologist, Kate Moses. This is activities every Monday night. It's not just a support group. It's more than a support group. It's an activity day. You can get together, practice your communication. You can have fun. It kind of removes some of the isolation. And it's a great day just to go and have fun. This is what's the best way to start your week on a Monday night, is come and hanging out with people that get it, that understand what you're going through. We will not have it in June because we have our other big event coming up. But this Zoom meetings are always available on our website, or you can be on our mailing list once you've connected with us through the site or through the meetings, and ask Kate and she'll put you on our mailing list.
I love that your care partner, your spouse, is the one who's helping in the care partner group because he has firsthand experience of what it is like to live and love someone who has aphasia. So for the for the group that is run by the social worker for the individuals who have aphasia, is it like a speech therapy class, or is it more of a social event where individuals can really be in a safe environment, or feel like a comforting and welcoming environment where if it takes them a while to get the words out, it's okay?
Well, for the care partner and any of our groups, our care partner group is be very, any information you provide with each other stays there. Like I say, what happens at Just Ask stays at Just Ask unless you need it to be shared. So same with the care partner. That information, you can be there every month or just come as you need. You need resources. We also collaborate with Rhode Island Hospital to make sure that we have all the resources and information we can provide the care partners. Our Zoom meeting group we have, again, is very private information. We don't record anything in our sessions. It's a place that you can practice talking and feel like people understand. If you need some tips and tools to learn to speech or others' tools, we have a speech pathologist here to help you provide some resources and tools. And if she can provide you other services you may need outside of our groups, she's there to do that for you. And they can also contact me anytime, and I will be able to find, if I can't help you with that resource, I will find you a place that somebody can.
Wow. Now, with all these different resources that you're providing, do you take insurance, or is there a copay or a subscription or membership cost? How does that work?
I like to say we are the real grassroots operation. We don't take insurance. We don't take any of your information. It's more of a support to provide people resources and support. Again, it's free, but it takes a lot of time to have an office and run all of that. So what I do ask is if you would have normally paid for a copay, or you could donate your time or your effort in some of our other works we do, that would be a great way to help support Just Ask to continue to do what it's doing.
That is awesome. That is awesome, because sometimes it's just about helping to get the word out too.
Yes.
Now, you have an international conference that's coming up in June. Can you share more about what it is and how it works, and if people want to check it out, what they need to do?
This is my favorite thing that Just Ask does. This is our 7th annual aphasia conference, and it's called Turning the Page. We've been working on the group in Zoom format for maybe 5 years, and we are, as I said before, we had 40 people was our goal. Now, last year, we had 400 people registered for our conference. This is a virtual conference on every Saturday in the month of June. It's from 9 to 11. You can sit on the couch, have a coffee, and then still get outside and enjoy the beautiful weather we will have in June. I'm hoping. But it is it's for people with aphasia. It's done into just a couple of hours, so it is easy to process, and it is friendly for people with aphasia, care partners, professionals, speech pathologists, students. And I'm also happy to say that I've collaborated with URI campus and RISHA so that speech pathologists here in Rhode Island and area will be able to receive CEUs. So that's been a big step working together in your community.
That is awesome. So it's every Saturday from 9 to 11. If you're a professional, you can actually get continuing education unit credits for it. And is it taped in case, there's something going on and we can't watch it live? Is it possible to get a recording afterwards?
Well, each session is 4 different sessions. Some people want to attend all, some want to attend one, or it is a season of we're out traveling. So if you would like to see the recording later, or you would just want to see it again, you do need to register and be on our registration list, and we will be recording that. And then later on, may take a couple of months, and we will let you know when the recording is available.
Awesome. Wow. And there's no charge for this to get this information?
We still do not charge for any of these conferences. It is, we said we have people around the world attending these conferences now. The reason it is free is because when I had my stroke and I wanted to go to one of these conferences, there was one I really wanted to see, and it was $400 to go to a conference or to a webinar. And I said, I just lost my job, I lost my income, and now I have to pay to learn about a disability I never signed up for. But now I got to pay. I said, I would never charge anybody to learn about a disability that they ended up having, whether they signed up for it or not. And again, in Rhode Island, we really are starting to spread out the word about aphasia. And it's not just speech working with children. There's a lot of adults that are having some communication challenges as we get older, or we have aphasia, or we have other speech complications or challenges. And we've got some great resources here in Rhode Island, and we just need to get the word out there and provide more resources for adults.
Absolutely, because I think a lot of times when we think about speech therapy, we may think about the kids in school and not necessarily individuals who have had something that has impacted their ability to communicate. And if you can't process the information being given to you with things like how to take your medication, can have some catastrophic consequences really fast.
Absolutely.
And so your program, does someone have to have a doctor's note or anything like that to participate? Like, where do they have to be in their journey with aphasia to participate in your programs?
You can be anywhere in your journey. It's whatever is comfortable for you. Zoom formats are usually more friendly for people that have more life experience. But we know that when you first have some type of impact on your brain or communication, having those type of events is probably overstimulating. I'm happy to say that we are having our first in-person group here at our Johnston location on Thursdays. We've held a book club. We've held a tech training. And currently we're working with URI for an aphasia social network group every Thursday, 2 to 3:30. So people can get together, practice their communication skills, have some fun, and have some coffee and a snack with.
Perfect. Coffee and snacks. Who doesn't love those? So it sounds like there's a lot of really amazing things happening, and you've got a lot of opportunities for individuals who've had a stroke or who have aphasia and their care partners. With all of the amazing work that you're doing, how can people support your efforts? Do you need sponsors? Do you need donors? Do you need volunteers? What would make it easier and able to reach more people?
Oh, thank you, Deb. This is the first year we have not been able to have a sponsor. For some reason, some of our past sponsors have not been able to support us this year. So this year it's been, anybody wants to sponsor us, you're the big and only one right now. And we do ask for, $500 or more for our sponsors. But it's also, we look for your time to be there, share out the resources we do. If you want to be on a board, or you want to volunteer, or if you have a skill that you'd like to come and join our groups and show them your skill and be with us, that would be great. So it's whatever way you can help to support Just Ask, spread the word about aphasia, support our groups. And if you just need to learn more, or you want to talk to me, we can have a great conversation. I can be reached. My telephone number's down the back here, and my email.
And yet that's the 401-465-9365. And your email is president@justaskri.org.
Yes, thank you.
And so the conference is every Saturday in June from 9 to 11 on Zoom. And you usually get about 400 people who are registered, and they can watch it live or they can get a recording. But then you also have the different social groups and care partner groups, those kinds of programming. Are there opportunities to sponsor that, or perhaps offset the space that's needed to hold these events?
We'd love to have people sponsor us in all of our events, our location. We have a library here. You can come sponsor our library, bring a book that's related. Yeah, so sponsoring and supporting financially is also very helpful. So if you can, we appreciate it. Every little bit helps. So please donate, give your time, sponsor, and
This
every
is
little bit
wonderful.
helps. And, like we said, none of our boards get paid. We do not have a paid staff, but we do have the expenses of running an organization that may be even larger than us, but we still have some expenses that we need to take care of.
Absolutely. And the fact that I think a lot of times we think of strokes as something that happens to older adults. And the fact is, you had yours at age 48 and you had to go out of state to get the help that you have now created with your organization. You're pretty cool.
Thank you.
Well, my friend, with all the things that you've got going on and a major conference coming up right around the corner, I'm glad that you took time
Tomorrow
to come
morning.
out with your friends. Yay!
Okay, tomorrow morning. Look forward to seeing everybody there tomorrow morning.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Deb.
Everybody, this is an amazing organization that when Denise found that the resources she needed were not available for herself and she needed to go out of state, she created those resources right here with Just Ask Aphasia Stroke Knowledge. It really is a cool story. And if you have a chance, stop in, say hello, and talk to her firsthand. She'll be happy to share her journey with you. But more importantly, it is an organization that is providing information and resources regardless of where you are in the age spectrum and where you are in the healing journey as well. So great opportunities with Just Ask, great opportunities for professionals who need CEUs with the conferences. Just a lovely organization that hit the like button, the share button, all those social media cues, because you never know who may have that communication disorder, because it's not always something that you can tell by looking kind of disability. So it's really important that we get the word out to as many people as possible. Well, everybody, I am so glad that you were able to join us today. I look forward to seeing you all again next week. In the meantime, be well and be kind.